Hi folks, coming at you this evening with a video in the eBay thrifting or regular seller community, I guess we could call it. I want to talk to you this evening about neckties. As you can tell, I'm kind of a necktie connoisseur. This is not a fraction of what I've got. Regrettably, I hate to admit, I am passionate about finely branded neckties. Most of these are, thick imported luxury silk, pretty wildly expensive ties, and all of which have been gleaned and found secondhand on eBay. Not for resale. I don't usually resell them. Once in a while I get one, I get it here and I think, and then I turn around and resell it instead of sending it back because I don't want to be hit with the shipping fee, and sometimes I even make money on them. But these, now I want to stress here, this is not what the video is primarily about, but I want to stress these, we're not talking about JCPenney quality ties here. No disrespect to those in Kohl's style. I mean, no disrespect to the folks who shop there. They have quality, affordable clothing for the average person who just needs a tie to wear to work or to school or to whatever, and they don't want to spend a fortune. That's fine for that purpose. You can even go to Goodwill for that. Ties like these are for someone investing in their wardrobe. Okay, these are long-term garments. We're talking $95 a piece and higher, much higher in some cases. As we'll talk here in just a minute, I want to touch on a couple of the brands maybe that you may not have heard of, but that you'll come to recognize. This one, for example, on the far end, you may recognize the logo already. That's a Gucci tie. You can see the double G there, sort of forward and reverse as they often incorporate into their logo. A couple of Ike Behars there. We've got some Robert Talbot here. These two, Robert Talbot is wonderful. Extremely beautiful ties. Another Ike Behar, Brioni there in the middle, the red one. And the brand that is slowly taking over my collection is Italo Ferretti. Formerly worked for Brioni and was the designer for Brioni for years, and has for years had his own brand. Exquisite ties. Very high end, extremely expensive. You're talking $300 or more per tie. Okay, there's another Italo, the golden cream. These two I just got in the other day. These are not real bad snags. I don't know why it's picking that up, but this one is far more gorgeous in person than this can possibly show you. The blue and this velour inlay, also in Italo. This one here I do want to talk about specifically, as it's going to segue into what the video is actually about. This is a $600 Stefano Ricci finely pleated necktie that I got for $26 about 5 months ago on eBay from somebody who neither knew nor cared what they had. They were just selling it to get rid of it. And this pleated range of ties goes from, $600 and up. There's a few sellers on eBay who are marketing secondhands or return to vendors for $200 or so per and more, but these are wildly expensive ties. And the way the seller packed this is what I want to talk to you about. This was, even though she didn't know or care really what she had, she could tell that it was well made. And she took the initiative to send this tie to me boxed, rolled up and boxed, okay? And that segues perfectly into what I want to tell you or talk to you about, which is basically shipping for adults. Some of us need to grow up a little bit with our shipping, okay? Ask me how I know, based on some of the stuff I've received and in the condition I have received it. If you are a seller who is going to be marketing or selling particularly upmarket, high quality, expensive range neckties, you need to invest in the proper shipping materials. It's a sound investment and it doesn't cost you that much. and your outgoing shipping cost is not going to increase as a result either. If you're cramming your neckties into something like this, that's a sin against not only their beauty and their structure, it's also lazy. And there's no reason for it. This is a first-class envelope, and I think everybody knows that. But these folded edges on the envelopes, and particularly up here where the adhesive bonds, I've had ties get caught up in here and create snags because they just were haphazardly stuffed in there. And think about it. These things get thrown into mail tubs, and mail tubs get stacked on top of mail tubs, and you're talking 50, 60, 80 pounds being stacked on hundreds of dollars worth of fine imported luxury silk. It's a sin against its structure, primarily, and it's also disrespectful to the buyer. So this needs to stop. What I'm proposing to you is think about how you would want to receive things. How about a box? How about specifically a 4x4x4 box, which I'm telling you is absolutely perfect for the shipment of neckties. You can probably pick up a dozen of these banded and ready to ship. I think they're like maybe $6. You can see they easily you fold the edges and it becomes a little box that when you roll these ties up, they slide in that box perfectly. And guess what? It's the exact same first-class rate with tracking. And the tie is safeguarded. Far, far better than a flimsy envelope with it getting crushed and pounded all the way there. So when we think about how we want to receive things, there's a box, that's what it goes in. I'm recommending to you also that if you're going to be selling ties on a regular basis, invest in some of these clear tie sleeves that you basically slide the tie into all the way up to its thinner edge. And then you can basically just roll the tie up, stick it in the box, print your shipping label, and as I said, it goes for the same first-class rate. Doesn't cost you any more to send it in this than it would in that lousy envelope or mailer. Believe me, your buyers do notice and they do appreciate the extra initiative because they don't have to take a beautiful quality necktie like one of these immediately to the dry cleaner or something, trying to press out firmly pressed creases in them in odd places that may honestly never quite recover. Sometimes, depending on how they get caught or depending on how they get smashed, there's always going to be an indentation there or some sort of imperfection in the fabric. So you don't want to do that to your buyers, particularly when these things are so expensive. That's part of the thrill of finding these bargains. You found it for less, and it's going to be a treasure for you or something you look forward to wearing for years to come. So that's my plug today for what I would call shipping for adults. If you have any questions, leave me a comment or whatever. This is the way I ship all of my ties. I don't care if they're brands like these or even a small amount, because again, I try to think about how I enjoy receiving things, and that then is what I do for others. So let me know if you have any questions. Hope you're having a good day, and good luck with your sales.